Okay, so get this. We're looking at some research out of Osaka University, and
Mhm.
it's pretty amazing.
It is amazing.
They found a way to boost
They did.
sensitivity in biomedical imaging by a factor of 10 million?
It's wild. Like,
10 million?
yeah, 10 million. It's like
Can you even imagine?
going from a magnifying glass
Right.
to being able to see
Yeah.
like the atoms of a molecule.
It's like a superpower
It is a superpower.
for doctors.
Right, being able to see things.
Exactly. Imagine you're a doctor and you can spot a tiny cluster of cancer cells
Oh, yeah.
before they even have a chance to grow.
Before they can't even do anything.
That's the kind of potential
Totally.
we're talking about.
It's game-changing.
And the way they're doing it
Yeah, how are they doing it?
is with these things called silver nanoislands.
Silver nano-islands.
Okay. I'm picturing tiny little islands made of silver,
Right.
but it's going to be more complicated than that.
I mean, you're not wrong about the tiny part.
Okay.
These nano-islands are so small.
Yeah.
We're talking nanometers,
Okay.
which is 1/1000th of a meter.
Wow.
To give you an idea, a sheet of paper
Okay.
is about 100,000 nanometers thick.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So how do these silver nano islands actually help us see things better?
Okay, so basically act as signal amplifiers.
Uh-huh.
There are these techniques called fluorescence and Raman spectroscopy.
Okay.
Scientists use these to study living cells,
Yeah.
biological processes.
Right.
It's all about light interacting with molecules,
I see.
but the signals can be super faint.
So it's like
Yeah.
they're trying to hear a whisper
Exactly.
in a noisy room.
You got it.
You know there's a signal there,
Yes.
but it's so hard to pick it out.
It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack,
Right.
and that's where the silver nano-islands come in.
Okay.
They amplify those faint signals,
Got it.
make them much easier to detect.
So they're like
What are they like?
tiny little microphones
Ooh, I like
for the cells.
That's a great analogy.
Okay, so
So.
to really understand how this works, we need to talk about plasma.
Plasmons, all right.
Hit me with it.
Okay, so imagine throwing a pebble into a pond.
Okay.
See those ripples spreading out?
Yeah.
Those are waves of energy
Right, right.
traveling through the water.
I gotcha.
Plasmons are kind of similar,
Okay.
but instead of water,
Yeah.
it's the electrons in the silver nano-islands that get excited.
So the light hits the silver nanoislands.
Right.
And that sets off these plasmon waves.
Exactly.
But how does that amplify the signals from the cells?
It's all about resonance.
Resonance.
Yeah, so when the light hits
Yeah.
the nano-islands,
Mm-hmm.
it excites the plasmons.
I see.
And this creates a strong electromagnetic field
Wow.
around the nano-islands.
Okay.
And this enhanced field interacts with the molecules,
Interesting.
and that boosts the signals.
So it's like the nano islands are creating
Yeah, what's it like?
a spotlight,
Ooh, like a spotlight.
shining right on the molecules we want to see.
That's a great way to put it. And the amazing thing is,
Yeah.
the researchers found that this spotlight
Mm-hmm.
can extend over 100 nanometers,
Seriously.
which is much further than we thought possible.
That's really impressive.
It is pretty cool.
But I'm also
Yeah,
wondering
what are you wondering?
if we're shining this super bright spotlight
Right.
on these delicate cells,
Uh-huh.
could that damage them?
That's a great question. And yeah, that's a valid concern.
Yeah.
But the researchers thought about that too.
Okay.
They coated the silver nano-islands with silica,
Silica.
which is like a shield.
Gotcha.
So the metal doesn't directly interact with the cells.
So the silica is like a safety barrier,
Yeah, like a safety barrier.
making sure the cells stay healthy
Exactly.
while still allowing us to see them
Yes.
with incredible clarity.
It's like having your cake and eating it too.
That's a
Yeah.
relief.
Right.
So we've got these tiny silver nanolands
Yep.
acting as signal amplifiers.
Like little antennas.
And we've got a protective silica shield
Protecting everything.
to keep everything safe.
Keeping it all safe.
But I'm still trying to wrap my head around
Around what?
this 10 million times signal boost.
Yeah, it's a big number.
What does that even look like in
Uh,
practical terms?
Okay, well, let's put it this way.
Okay.
It's like you're trying to find that needle in a haystack,
Yeah.
and suddenly someone turns on a giant spotlight,
Okay.
pointing right at the needle.
Oh, wow. So instead of searching blindly,
Right.
we can pinpoint exactly what we're looking for.
Precisely.
That's huge.
It is huge.
And that opens up so many
Oh,
possibilities.
yeah, tons of possibility.
For understanding biological processes and detecting diseases.
At the earliest stages,
Okay.
early detection is key.
Now things are getting really exciting.
I know, right?
I can already see how this could revolutionize
What could it revolutionize?
medicine and healthcare.
Oh, absolutely.
But before we get ahead of ourselves, I think it's important to break down
break it down.
what this 10,000x boost means for each of the techniques we've talked about.
Brought you.
Fluorescence and Raman spectroscopy.
Let's start with fluorescence.
Okay.
So in fluorescence, we use a special kind of light to excite molecules in a sample.
Okay.
And then we measure the light they emit back. It's like shining a black light on a poster.
Right.
And watching it glow.
I see.
So with this silver nanoisland technology, we're basically making that glow 10 million times brighter.
So we can detect much smaller amounts
Exactly.
of the substance we're looking for.
We can see things we couldn't see before.
Think about tracking a single protein molecule as it moves through a cell.
Or identifying just a handful of cancer cells.
Wow.
Hiding among millions of healthy ones.
That's amazing.
That's the level of sensitivity we're talking about.
It's like having a GPS tracker.
I know. It's like a
for individual molecules.
Molecular GPS.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's move on to
What's next?
Raman spectroscopy.
Okay, Raman spectroscopy.
Instead of measuring the light emitted by excited molecules, Raman spectroscopy looks at
what does it look at?
how light scatters off of them.
It does.
This scattering can tell us a lot.
It can.
About the molecule's structure and how it's vibrating.
Right.
Bouncing a ball off an object and figuring out its shape based on how the ball bounces back.
You got it.
Each molecule has its own unique fingerprint.
Of vibrations.
Yes, its own fingerprint.
Like a musical chord.
Exactly.
But the problem is...
what's the problem?
These Raman signals are so weak.
They are really weak.
Even fainter than fluorescence.
Like what?
Trying to hear that same whisper in a crowded stadium.
Yeah. Not easy.
Not easy at all.
But with the silver nanoislands, we can amplify these whispers. Make them loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
This means we can study.
What can we study?
The structure and behavior of molecules
Yes.
with incredible precision.
Even when we only have a tiny amount of sample.
So think about trying to identify a new virus or bacteria based on just a few molecules.
Wow.
This technology could make that possible, right?
Absolutely it could.
And it could revolutionize fields.
Like what kind of fields?
Like environmental monitoring.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Where we're often dealing with
Right.
trace amounts of pollutants.
Imagine being able to detect a single drop of a toxic chemical
in an entire Olympic-sized swimming pool.
That's the kind of sensitivity.
That's mind-blowing.
It is mind-blowing.
But this all sounds pretty high-tech.
It does sound pretty high-tech.
Is this something that's going to be limited?
Limited to?
To specialized labs?
That's a good question.
Or could this technology become more widely accessible?
So what's exciting about this is that the scientists use a technique called sputtering.
Stuttering.
To create the sensor substrates.
Okay.
And this is a relatively simple...
So it's not like we need a billion-dollar facility.
Not at all. Sputtering is already widely used
I see.
in lots of industries.
Okay.
So scaling up production shouldn't be a major hurdle.
That's fantastic news.
It is great news.
So we've got this revolutionary technologies.
We do.
That's not only incredibly powerful, but also potentially...
widely available.
It is potentially widely available.
Let's talk about the big picture implications.
Okay, the big picture.
Of this 10 million-fold signal boost.
All right, the 10 million-fold signal boost.
What doors does this open up?
What doors does it open up?
For research and innovation.
Ooh, that's a great question.
I mean...
The possibilities are truly vast.
They're vast.
In medicine.
In medicine, huh?
We could use this technology to develop ultra-sensitive diagnostic tool.
Like what kind of tools?
Imagine
what?
Being able to detect cancer cells in a blood sample.
Okay.
Years before a tumor even forms.
Years before a tumor forms? Wow.
Or identifying the early warning signs.
Early warning signs of what?
Of Alzheimer's disease with a simple eye exam.
With a simple eye exam. Wow.
That would be a game changer.
It would be huge.
For so many people.
Yeah, for so many people.
Early detection is often key to successful treatment.
It really is.
And this technology could also revolutionize drug discovery.
Drug discovery, how so?
We could test the effectiveness of new drugs on individual cells.
On individual cells, wow.
With incredible precision.
That's incredible.
Allowing us to develop
what?
More targeted and personalized treatments.
That's the future of medicine?
So instead of a one-size-fits-all approach, we could tailor treatments.
Tailored treatments.
To an individual's unique genetic makeup.
Unique genetic makeup,
Cellular profile.
It's like personalized medicine.
Exactly.
Tailored just for you.
And the implications extend.
They do extend.
Far beyond medicine.
Far beyond medicine, where else?
In environmental science?
Environmental science, okay.
We could use this to monitor pollution levels.
With unprecedented accuracy.
We could track the movement of pollutants through the environment.
Through the environment, wow.
And develop more effective strategies.
For remediation.
It's like having...
What's it like?
A microscopic detective.
Ooh, a microscopic detective.
On the case.
On the case. Solving the mystery.
Tracking down.
Tracking down what?
Even the tiniest traces.
Tiny traces.
Of harmful substances.
That's amazing.
And in materials science.
Materials science, okay.
We could use this enhanced sensitivity.
Enhanced sensitivity to do what?
To study the properties of materials. At the nanoscale.
At the nanoscale, that's tiny.
This lead to?
Yeah, what could it lead to?
The development of new material.
New material, okay.
With extraordinary properties.
Like what kind of properties?
Like super strong yet lightweight composites.
Wow.
Or highly efficient solar cells.
That's incredible.
So we're talking about potential breakthroughs.
Potential breakthroughs in what?
In everything.
Everything like
From
that.
healthcare to energy to environmental protection.
That's a lot of breakthroughs.
It is.
And I think we're just scratching the surface.
Of what's possible.
Of what's possible, absolutely.
This breakthrough has the potential.
What kind of potential?
To truly transform...
To transform what?
The way we understand and interact with the world.
With the world? Wow, that's a big statement.
It is a big statement.
But it's true.
It's exciting to think about.
What's exciting to think about?
The ripple effect.
The ripple effect, okay. This one discovery.
Could have.
Across so many different fields.
It really is.
It's amazing, right?
It highlights the importance of...
Of what?
Investing
in.
In fundamental...
Fundamental what?
Scientific research.
Because why?
You never know where the next breakthrough will come from.
Exactly.
You just never know.
This 10 million-fold signal boost.
Yeah, the 10 million-fold signal boost.
Certainly wasn't on my bingo card.
It wasn't on mine either.
But I'm so glad it happened.
Me too. It's a testament.
To what?
To human ingenuity.
And the power of...
Of what?
Scientific exploration.
Absolutely. The power of scientific exploration.
I know we've been focusing a lot...
Focusing on what?
On the potential benefits.
Potential benefits,
Of this technology.
Of this technology, right.
But is there anything...
Yeah, what is there?
We need to be cautious about.
Cautious about, okay.
Any potential downsides?
Downsides,
Or ethical considerations?
That's an important question. It is an important question.
With any powerful technology, there's always the potential for misuse. It's like any powerful tool.
Yeah.
It can be used for good or bad.
Right.
We need to be careful.
About how this technology is developed and deployed.
Exactly.
We need to think about...
About what?
Issues like data privacy.
Data privacy.
Access and equity.
We want to make sure this technology benefits everyone.
It does.
Not just a select few.
That's a good point.
It's like a reminder.
Of what?
That scientific advancements always come with.
What do they come with?
Social and ethical considerations.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's not enough.
What's not enough?
To just develop new technologies. We need to make sure they're used responsibly.
For the betterment of humanity.
Exactly.
Well said.
Thank you.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of silver nano-islands.
Those amazing silver nano-islands. And their incredible signal boosting capabilities.
Right, there's signal boosting capabilities.
What's the one key takeaway?
Oh, the one key takeaway.
You want our listener to walk away with?
I think the biggest takeaway is that we're on the cusp.
On the cusp of what?
Of a new era.
A new era.
In scientific discovery.
Wow, that's a big statement.
It is a big statement, but it's true.
With tools like this.
With tools like
we can explore the world around us and within us.
With unprecedented precision and sensitivity.
This is a time. Of incredible potential.
For breakthroughs. In medicine. Environmental science.
Materials science.
And countless other fields.
It's like, what? Yeah. We've just been handed a new set of lenses.
A new set of lenses.
Through which to view the universe.
And who knows what we'll discover.
When we start looking through them.
I can't wait to find out.
Me neither. This has been an absolutely fascinating deep dive.
It has been.
Thanks for joining me.
Oh, thank you for having me.
On this journey of scientific exploration.
It's been a pleasure.
And to you, dear listener.
Yes, to the listeners.
We hope this has sparked your curiosity.
Sparked your curiosity.
And left you feeling inspired.
Inspired by what?
By the boundless possibilities of science.
The boundless possibilities.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Keep exploring.
Yes, keep exploring.
Keep questioning.
Absolutely keep questioning.
And keep diving deep.
Dive deep, everyone. Yeah, it's like with great power comes great responsibility, right?
It's true. We've seen that play out time and time again throughout history, right?
We have to think carefully about the implications.
Absolutely. Like, what kind of implications?
Well, for instance, who has access to this technology?
Right.
And how can we ensure it's used ethically?
Those are huge questions.
Those are really important questions.
We don't want to create a world where only the privileged few benefit from these kinds of advancements. It's got to be accessible to everyone.
And we also have to consider the potential for misuse.
Oh, absolutely. We can't just ignore that.
What if this technology falls into the wrong hands?
Right. What could happen then?
It could be used for things like genetic discrimination or even creating designer babies.
That's scary stuff.
It is. It's like opening Pandora's box.
We need to proceed with caution.
Absolutely caution and careful consideration.
We need to have these conversations now.
Yeah, before it's too late.
Before we get too far down the road.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one thing you want our listeners to remember?
I want them to remember that this technology has incredible potential.
It does.
But it's up to us to make sure it's used for good.
We have a responsibility to use it wisely.
And ethically.
Well said. This has been a truly mind-blowing conversation.
It has been fascinating.
Thanks for sharing your expertise with us.
It was my pleasure. Thanks for having me. And to all of you listening out there.
Yeah, to the listeners.
Keep those questions coming.
Keep thinking critically.
Stay curious.
And stay engaged.
Because the future of science.
The future of science.
Is in our hands.
It really is.
This is the Deep Dive signing off.